What's going on, everybody? Triple Crown 24 back today with some poor lighting. Yes, I know it's not the best visual that I've had in terms of the background lighting, but you'll have to bear with me here because I've pulled off something today that I've been aiming to do for quite some time. Kind of a impromptu 2019 goal once I really started getting into my super collecting. And that is to assemble what I would like to call the Great 8 Miguel Cabrera cards. So this one up here in the top right corner is the one I got in today. And I'm going to chronicle my journey of how I got there by telling you a little bit about all of them together. So these are all 8 of Miguel Cabrera's cards, from the year 2000, which was the first year that he was put into baseball card products. So this first one here is the 2000 Topps Traded, the first of the 8 that I was able to acquire. Kind of the one of the most sought after Miggy rookies of the 2 without an autograph on it. It would be this one in the chrome, which we'll get to in a little bit. But this is just a beautiful card, very well centered, and centering is definitely an issue on 2000 Topps. So this is kind of where it all started. So from there, it kind of evolved, and one of my goals a little bit earlier in the year was to work on some page 1 cards. So stuff that was on the first page of Trading Card Database's checklist, basically runs everything through his rookie season in 2003, except for some parallels from some Upper Deck products, but mostly the whole gamut of his prospect through rookie year cards. So I got my second one in prior to the National, and that would be this one right here, the 2000 Royal Rookies Futures. I found this at a card shop and I picked it up right away. I see these a little bit more frequently now than I did before, usually a little bit more than what I'd be willing to pay. I feel like I got a pretty good deal on mine. This is a pretty good looking card. The Royal Rookies, no longer a brand that's around, but he was definitely one of the more popular players from this product back in the day. So that was the second one I acquired. The third one was actually my top goal at the 2019 National. That would be the aforementioned 2000 Topps Chrome Traded. And for the longest time, I wanted to get this card in a 10 just because Miggy is my guy. But just after really considering it, this one right here is really well centered, and that's usually what gets these cards. They're not too bad for corner and edge issues. I say they're pretty solid considering they're chrome cards, but the centering is what usually gets these from being a 9 instead of a 10 to me. I just wanted a well-centered copy and paid about a third of the price of a 10. And with eBay bucks right before the National, I scooped this up, and this was waiting for me when I got home. What I didn't expect to have to go along with it when I got home from the National is the remaining cards on the bottom row, particularly this card right here. And you guys probably know the story of this one by now if you've been following the channel since before the National. If you don't, a little brief recap is probably within 90 minutes of walking into the show on Wednesday night, impromptu decision to go over and hang out. I was with Andy. She blinded me with refractors. That was a tongue twister there. Those back pages, Eric was also there, and then Mark Stove Sports. And it was Eric who pointed this card out to me. The seller gave me a price, and I was able to get it. This is what is pretty much the Holy Grail Cabrera card, the almost equivalent of a first Bowman autograph, I would say. He was a little bit before the time of the first Bowman autographs, but this is as close to as that as you can get, exclusive to the factory sets of 2000 Topps Traded. Really sought after card for Cabrera collectors, so I was absolutely ecstatic. And Mark helped me out again later on in that same show. I believe this was on Saturday, the last day I was there, that I was able to find this. It's a PSA 10 of the Utica Blue Sox multi-ad. So these are just minor league team issued cards. This is Miggy with Utica, which was a affiliate for the Marlins at the time. You can see he is in his Marlins uniform here on the front, not too much on the back. With the dark blue edges, these are very condition sensitive, so you could probably imagine that the 10s are a little bit tougher to come by. I wasn't really aiming to get a 10 on it, but it just kind of fell into my lap. So After I got that one, I was kind of on a hunt to really make sure I got the rest of the cards from the year 2000. This was the next one I came across. It was a 2000 Royal Rookies Futures, so the same one as the card up there, except for this is the autograph version. It's hand numbered to 4,950. I lost a few auctions for this card in a PSA 10. Really wasn't trying to get a graded version, but most people who own this card get it graded, and then some of the raw ones I had missed out on. This one I actually found at a card show near me at the end of August. Went ahead and scooped it up, and sure enough, I was able to add number 6, which came not too long before number 7, which was the 2000 Just Mystery Signatures. One of the most criticized products for design over the years. As you can see, there's not much to it. The idea behind it is that you got this autograph of a player here, although Cabrera has pretty good penmanship, so it's kind of easy to tell who it is. You wouldn't really know who they are. You only got basically their basic information on the back, so just kind of a guessing game. Not something that was met with a lot of praise by collectors. This set, whenever I've shown this card to people, I always remember Oakland A's 915's reaction is probably one of the most classic ones I had when I showed off this card. He said, "What the heck is that?" And that's pretty much what most people say. I won this in a Raz on a Facebook group. B-Roth6 was able to help me out. He spotted it for me, joined the Raz for me, believe it or not. Went way above and beyond, and he proved to have the good luck for me because I was able to come home with that card. So that gave me 7, and for the last couple of months I've been sitting at 7, just kind of waiting for the right time to pop up to grab number 8. And finally, the opportunity arose. So this is the same card as the one up here, except for it's the limited edition. Estimated print run to be 100. That's kind of a rumor I've heard. I don't know how true that is. Here it is on the back. Not really anything in terms of a serial number, but this card is graded an 8 by PSA, and I got it in. And this was one of the times where I really sought it out because it was graded an 8. This card raw will typically run you about $40 to $60. Just something that doesn't pop up all that often, and when it does, people usually ask ridiculous amounts. Because of the 8, I figured that would actually deter some people from getting it because it wasn't as good in terms of condition. But to me, it doesn't really matter because it's a card that you just don't see that often. I'm willing to take a sacrifice. Really, just looking at it, the top edge is the only thing that really has an issue to it. Would I say that it's a little harsh of a grade at an 8? Yeah, I'd say probably an 8.5 or a 9 would be more fair, but that just gave me more opportunity to go ahead and swoop up this card, and I got it for, I think, less than $10 plus shipping. So I was ecstatic about that. And anytime you can get a card for 75% off what they usually go for, sounds like a deal for me. Sign me up. But with that, I now have the Great 8. So that was a big part of my Cabrera collection. I got in a couple of different cards today that I will save for my next video because I wanted to just devote this one to the Great 8 today. But with the cards I have today, plus this 8th one right here, I am at 1,799 unique Miguel Cabrera cards. I know I'm right there. Probably tomorrow I will be pushed over the edge, and I'll do a video this weekend to show you guys what it looks like, or what the number looks like, and some of this stuff. I'll show you a little stack of what I've had come in, and then just some various pickups. As you can see, been a little bit busy picking up some stuff for inventory wise, and have kind of neglected the Miggies, but what can I say? I'm proud to just relish in the fact that I have acquired these 8 cards right here. So thank you so much for watching today's video. Really appreciate your support and following me, especially if you followed me through the whole journey. See you guys next time. Have a good one.